Now, why would Jesus preach to an entire crowd of people and give such an illustration that only a small group of people might be able to relate to? I believe what Jesus was doing was Jesus was trying he gives us a clue in verse number 35, because at the end of this teaching, he says something. He says, whoever has ears to hear, let them hear. Jesus would often do this, and from this point forward, if you look at what he said, he would often talk about he who has ears to hear, let him hear. He would give these illustrations, give these stories, and a lot of people would hear it, but he would say, listen, I'm not necessarily talking to everybody, I'm talking to he who has ears to hear, let him hear. He's like, everybody hears the story, but not everybody gets the message. Only the people who are really listening can hear what it is that I'm saying. He said, listen, one time the disciples said, listen, Jesus, you always telling stories and illustrations. Why don't you just get to the point? He says, why? He says, the reason I'm doing it is because there's mysteries of the kingdom that not everybody is going to get, but you're going to get it. Why? Because you have ears that are hearing. Oh, come on. Is anybody listening right now? Is anybody leaning in and paying attention? What you got to understand is that there's some things that Jesus wants you to know, that Jesus wants you, but you got to be listening. You got to be hungry. The people that were in the crowd that were there for the fish fry and everything else was like, I don't know what just happened. But there were people that were in the crowd that said, Jesus, I need a change in my life. I need to get delivered of the bondage that I'm in. I'm going through too much hell. I need your anointing that's in my life. I'm at a point, Jesus, where I need to hear whatever it is that you have to say in my life. Is there anybody in here who has ears to hear that is listening to what Jesus is speaking into your life?